lig waar die reënboognasie woon. Maar die veld word nou al kouer, die belofte raak maar dun. Ons verruil ons vryheid nog voor ons kan begin. En hulle hardloop na die Here en draai hul rug op die weste vir 'n ander plan. Van die Kaap na die Kremlin, Beijing na Havana, terwyl hulle band is Christus die heilige Hosanna. Ja, hulle hardloop na die Here, beproer met die spooke in die woestyn se sand. Hulle neem die ou verdrukking en gee dit 'n nuwe naam aan die spelers aan die top, maar die spel is net so skaam. Patronage en armoede versprei soos 'n virusgriep, terwyl hul hand skoot met tirane lê die skuldgevoel nie. Diep stagnasie in die water, korrupsie in die wind. Hulle mors die goeie erfenis wat ons nie weer sal vind. Hulle soek nie die stars en stripes, hulle soek die rassies rooi en gooi die skuld op Trump, terwyl die land in is lê en skroei. Die veld word nou al donkerder, die droom is uit die mode. Hulle verpansel ons toekoms vir totalitaire gode. En hulle hardloop na die Here en draai hul rug op die weste vir 'n ander plan. Van die Kaap na die Kremlin, Beijing na Havana, terwyl hulle band is Christus se heilige Hosanna. Ja, hulle hardloop na die Here en beproer met die spooke in die woestyn se sand. Oorlogskepe in die hawe, skadies op die kaai. Die ANC is besig terwyl die wêreld vinnig draai. Hulle hou van die eystervuis, die partylyn so streng, terwyl hulle ons na die bouvalle van die tempel bring. Hulle waap al die pad na die Here, saam op die bandwagon, tot sins aan die reënboog, wag met die spookachtige ster. Ons hardloop al die pad na die
Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Goeiedag, Otsiri Jan. Servus, Grüß Gott, bonjour, bienvenue, benvenuti. Welcome back to the program, folks. Sawabona, I do see you. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you join me once again today for the final Monday of 2025. Sounds pretty good. I checked the data. It says we're going good. Let's see how long we can go with my provider giving me stuff. I did file a complaint with the Federal Communications Commission last night. We'll see if that has any impact over the poor service that I'm getting. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. I did publish a video a short while ago, which I think almost none of you had a chance to see yet. I haven't had a chance to share that. Let me, what's this? Sorry, I clicked the wrong button there. So I'm going to send that link to the moderators. And it's basically, can we stop the pretense? Hang on, I'll send this to the mods so they can get out to groups. Okay, here you go. Okay. All right, so that one hopefully will get some play. We'll hopefully get some viewing on that video, we hope. Draw some more folks in. We're 1,100 subscribers away from getting to 1,000 for the year, but we're down to 3 days. It means we got to get 333 subscribers per day. We're not growing at that pace. We're going to miss it by about 500 probably. It looks like 400. What a shame. We could have got 100,000 for the year. Took your husband to hospital. Sad because his daughter and family went to American Refugee Program. Oh, wow. Wow. There you go. There you go. Everybody knows somebody. That's another song. Everybody knows somebody. There you go. Everybody knows somebody. God, my handwriting's getting worse. Everybody knows somebody. Well, thank you, work people. Appreciate it. Just got it up a few minutes ago. Thank you. Yeah. Now, can we stop the pretense? That's my point. Can we just stop pretense? Stop pretending that the ANC is trying to work with the United States. They're not. They're simply not. I want to take a look at yesterday's stream and see how we're doing. The Stolze family, that one is up to... Come on, YouTube. A little faster. Be nice. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Why do they do this? They have trouble with their data sometimes. It's just such a busy site. That's probably why. All right. 13,300 views on that video yesterday. Did we get any nasty comments? I want to take a look, see if we got any nasty comments, because we tend to get those occasionally. Nasty comments. Let's see. 135 comments. Absolutely love this interview. Very similar to my family. Great interview indeed. God, it's good all the time. And to the Stoltz family, thank you for an informative interview. Thanks so much, Colonel Stoltz family. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Very informative. How amazing. Wish the best to his family. You're so kind. It's good to see that they're happily settled in. Thank you for everything. May the Stoltz family go from strength to strength. May your new beginning. Such a beautiful family. All the best, Stoltz family. We also like a history tour by Colonel one day. Amazing blessing. Wow. So that means go over getting a heap more help than people immigrating, which is very difficult, unless what country you go to. What a lovely family. Okay, looks like, all right. Looks like mostly good comments. That's good. You get occasionally some nasty people that have some jealousy or envy in their hearts that want to be nasty. Sharky Moss, welcome to you. Neff, what's going on? Martin Fundameva, Stell, Utopi's here, CBB, Chris Marie, what's going on? Ulrich Fenter's here, Salvatore. Our flight's been canceled twice. Our first flight was 8 October, second for 22 November. We were desperate. All of it is what you need to do is there's nothing we can do about CWS RSC, but what I need you to do, Salvatore, is send me an email. If you're desperate and you need help, we can arrange for food for you. I can help you with food as long as you don't mind soy-based products. We can help you with that. We have support from the Food Socks organization, so if you need help with that, you should have reached out sooner. Please send me an email. One of the mods put the email in the chat. Okay. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Chris Ehlers is here. All right, let's get to the news and hold the refugee stuff off, folks, politely for the broadcast while we cover this, okay? All right, we need to cover the news. There it is. Okay, so making friends in all the low places. I've got friends in low places where the whiskey runs. I got friends in low places. That's exactly what we need to say about the ANC. It has friends in low places, very much low places. Thank you, Salvatore. I'll see what we can do. We can certainly help you with food. That I can almost guarantee is going to come your way. Other stuff, accommodation is a bigger challenge if you've already lost accommodations. Paul says you're always available to help. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate your kind words, but I take so much abuse for it and get attacked by hateful shrews and envious people. Who envy success, who envy commitment, who envy honesty. They lie about me all the time. It's comical. It's just so pathetic. They're so sad. But yeah, no, and it's also 24 hours a day. I mean, I didn't go to bed till after 2 o'clock last night answering emails. And, yep. Well, Neo Rain, soy-based products raise estrogen levels, and no food raises starvation levels. Take your pick. Take your pick. Would you prefer to get a tasty soy-based meal short term to feed your family while you're starving in South Africa because nobody gives a shit about you? Or would you just eat that food? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Get all the friends on the right axis. There you go, Barbarian King. All the friends. We got all the friends on the wrong axis, the axis of evil. All right, let's get to the axis of evil conversation. Love the way we're supposed to be doing joint naval exercise when we don't have a Navy to speak of. It's just an exercise to piss the West off. Exactly what it is, Neff. Iran's participation in naval exercise will strain South African-U.S. relations, warns the Democratic Alliance. Russia and China will also participate, but India and Brazil will not. Iran, as a BRICS member, will participate for the first time in the joint BRICS naval exercise in Cape Town in January, much to the dismay of the Democratic Alliance, which says the participation will exacerbate South Africa's tense relations. Well, traditional partners, participants Russia and China, will join Operation MOSI 3. traditional partners. Tradition. So something that started 4 years ago is tradition. I don't think they understand the term tradition. By the way, if I start acting all crazy and I start getting all, bouncing over the wall, you can blame Arctic for that, okay? He sent me this stuff. And supposedly this is going to burn body fat, gives essential energy, and accelerates metabolism, like my metabolism needs to be accelerated. Do you know how it accelerates metabolism? It's got more caffeine than Carter has liver pills. This thing has 221, where's it at? 221 of, where's it at? Come on, try to find it here. Can't find it. But anyway, it's got so much caffeine, it's insane. So I'm going to try this, and we'll see how it goes. All right? So Arctic sent this to me. I appreciate it, but let's see what happens. Oh, that's vile. Oh, dear God, that's vile. There's no sugar in it. That's why it tastes horrible, Joe. There's no sugar in it. Oh, dear God. Oh, God. That's horrible. Oh. I've never drank a dirty sock, but that's what I imagine it would taste like. Oh. Live fit, drink horribly. Oh, my God. A cunnet. 9. Sorry. I'm sorry, Arctic. I tried. Oh, man, that is... I'm going to see if I can't sell that in the street corner. Oh, my God. Oh, I need a chaser. I'm not drinking it, Arnold. I was giving it a second chance. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that was rancid. That was rancid. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Are we already buffering? Let me see if we're already buffering. No, that's on his end. Oh my God, that's rancid. That's just absolutely rancid. Oh, Karen, I've never drank cat piss. Oh gosh. Well, I'm sorry, Andrew, that you had a fight with family members. You had to defend me. What did they say about me, Andrew? That's hilarious. I want to hear what they had to say about me. I'm sure I know what they said about President Trump. Please, Andrew, share. I'm curious now. Increase your protein intake, speed up metabolism. My metabolism is fine, man. I'm like a hummingbird. Oh, God, that taste is still in my mouth. Oh, I accidentally wiped one of my hands on this cream for muscle aches that I have to put on here. I actually got it on my finger there, and I touched my mouth, and that tastes better than that did. Oh, gosh. Oh, now I can't even concentrate. Oh, my goodness. I'm covering with Christmas drink. No, I don't binge drink. Yeah, Erica, rather me than you. Exactly. Oof. God bless. That was just rancid, man. Oh, gosh. That was just mean. Exactly. I burn calories like a freaking hummingbird. All right, let's... If someone had to be poisoned to drink, I'd politely decline. I'm not drinking it. It's over there. I put it on the shelf. Pure river water extracted from Durban. Yeah. Hello, as an influencer on YouTube, I can endorse this freshly canned river water from Durban. Brush my teeth. Oh, man, I have to go see the dentist for a cleaning. Oh, my goodness. That's disgusting. Anyway, here's my question. How the heck can you call an exercise a tradition when you've done it twice? The traditional participant. Traditional. I think the phrase that they're looking for on business day is past participants. Traditional participants. I'm not going for another sip. I stopped drinking a few minutes ago. See, you never sent me an email. DA spokesperson Chris Wyatt. Anybody got contact with Chris Wyatt? Please put me in touch with him. I'd like to interview him. Said Iran's BRICS membership is no justification for its exclusion joint naval exercise because BRICS was intended to be an economic, non-military partnership. Bingo! And it wasn't even intended to be that. It's just an acronym created by an economist. Well, the upcoming naval exercise will strain relations. Yes, look at this. Check out those spiffy-looking guys. They look serious, man. It's like a John McClane movie. Iran says that it is at war with the U.S., Israel, and Europe. Wow, at war. They're a full-fledged war with Europe. Really? So South Africa has aligned itself with a country that has declared war on the United States, okay, on Israel, okay, and on Europe. Yeah, remember all those new deals? They just talked about the G20 summit. Oh, Europe is doing it all. We're stepping into the fray. We went to the Africa-Europe summit and Angola, and look at all we are doing for Africa. Your friend is at war with Oh, sorry to hear that, Anthony. What did Mr. Kerr say? Did he give me an update on that? Andrew never updated. Come on, Andrew. I'm curious. Said he's an evil warrior you're spreading. What disinformation am I spreading? What disinformation am I spreading? I'm curious. Tell me Andrew, thank you. Tell me what information that said disinformation I'm spreading. I'd love to hear that. That's an outright lie. And they obviously have never watched my program, or they're very hard-headed. Andrew, okay, I saw that second one, so sorry about the spot on your line. Yeah, so Iran says they're in full-fledged war with the United States. Really? And Europe? Full-fledged war with U.S., Europe, and Israel. Yeah, Sean, I'll save it for uninvited guest. Yeah. I'd love to hear what disinformation I'm sharing. Pastor Don, welcome. So what disinformation am I sharing? That's what I'd love to hear. I would love to hear one person. See, disinformation is intentional. Misinformation can be a mistake. I've never spread disinformation, and I'm not aware of any misinformation or spread. Oh, you did? I'm sorry, Hasigi, my bad. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong thing. My bad. Thank you, Hasigi. Okay. You did at 1:50. That was after I went to bed. Okay, got you. Thank you very much for that. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's who you were. Silly me. That's partly on me. Okay. Gotcha. All right, you did send me. You sent me a long email. My apologies. It wasn't. I didn't see it. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Power was out. Yeah, no, don't apologize. Just saying I didn't see it. I have to apologize when I see it, but I was answering other people's emails. I've got some desperate stuff that came in today. So what is information? Chris, it's a good question. It's a good question. Let me see if Andrew Kerr followed up. Okay. Send the drink to Julius. Bypass. This is probably the most honest story I've seen yet. Disinformation was that claim of freshly buying. Okay, okay, Leon. You are correct. You are correct. That was disinformation. I intentionally misled you there. CS. Okay, well, let me look and see that. Okay, CS. Where's that at? CS. Oh, that's not right. Okay. No, I got some from somebody back on September 8th. No, I'll try it with a period. No, I've got nothing. No. I'll look for that later. I don't see anything there. All right. Thank you, Leon, for the super chat. Boy, there's an OG. You've been around a long time, too, haven't you? Oh, no, I never claimed the Bulls win the RC. That's not true. You're eating too much sweetening stuff. That's why you have to rub stuff on you. Okay. What is with you guys and your obsession with sugar? So the postponed naval says around G20 because, yeah, exactly, they did. Now they do it anyway, exactly. And they invited Ryan just to double down. Yep. Leon the Ram, I've been drinking sugar since I was a child, and I didn't have any afflictions. Problem is that I have injuries that are Army-related that took time to become so advanced because I was neglected by the Army. I wouldn't worry about the Iranian tie. Iranians couldn't fight the weight of a wet paper bag. Crocotopia is given 10 pounds. Europe reminds me of a Labrador. Wag their tail while the burglar robs the house. Exactly. Hello? The jewelry's in the other room. Sugar is not bad for you, CB. It's not bad for you. You guys are just a bunch of dietary Nazis. I've stopped the sugar, and I'm getting worse. I stopped sugar intake. I stopped drinking Starbucks, and I'm in worse shape now than I was before. I'm in constant pain now without the sugar. Bypassing system. How an Afrikaner's asylum claim led to over 100 days behind bars. Zole Mtembu has given the most honest story yet, although we could have come up with a better picture than that. A white South African man who sought asylum in the U.S. has been held for nearly 100 days in a federal detention center in Georgia after arriving in a tourist visa and requesting protection on arrival. Yep, according to the New York Times, he's reportedly in custody. Commenting on the case, Sam Busa, founder of Amerikaners. Why do they call Sam Busa about this? Yep, she said it's vital to follow the rules. Instead of applying properly for refugee status through official process like others successfully done, a 59-year-old Afrikaner flew from Johannesburg, landed on a tourist visa, and then asked for asylum. Busa said the outcome was predictable. Lessons learned, stick to the process. Yep. So there you go. So they've kind of lifted a lot of what came from the New York Times, but that's the most honest story we've seen yet, other than my reporting. Living Heritage. Wow, man, in this States, people go nuts. A minstrel show. They would call everybody racist for this, but this is part of the heritage, the colored community. Living Heritage under threat. Association takes Cape Town to court over minstrel venue. Wow. The Cape Town Minstrel Carnival Association. Boy, if you had something like that in America, we'd all go to jail for racism. Was taking the city of Cape Town to the Western Cape High Court over the withdrawal of the Fikihis Kraal Stadium for its January 2026 minstrel competition. Welcome, Ronel Henrico. Welcome to you. That's a lovely avatar. Oh, Chaz. Okay, well, that helps. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, okay, December 23rd. I think I read that message. Okay. Okay, I think I must have read this late at night because I didn't take any action on it. All right, thank you for the heads up on that. Appreciate that. Okay. Okay. It's about the route. Wouldn't it be funny if they stopped there? Yeah. You know, I got that. But what I'm saying is in America, people would lose their minds over this. But South Africa, minstrel show is part of the culture. Nothing wrong with that, right? Am I flirting? With whom? Kixer, who am I flirting with? Oh, the avatar. No, I'm just being honest. It's a lovely avatar. Some people have strange avatars. Hendo has a nice avatar. He has a blue tiger, which is kind of odd, but it's pretty. Dr. Pepper. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's not Coke. It's just popular there. Fire outbreak in Flagrant damages to numerous informal structures. My goodness. A fire in Flagrant on Monday morning resulted in damage in several dozen informal structures. Cape Town's Fire and Rescue Service reported the crews were alerted to the blaze at 9:30 in the morning. By 10:50, the fire had been contained, but not been fully extinguished by the time this was reported. My goodness. More fires in informal settlements. So Ramaphosa finally tells us what he's going to do about gender-based violence. Stop beating women. That'd be a good start. 5 priorities. Okay? 5 priorities. Responding to a written parliamentary question, Ramaphosa confirmed that no temporary power has been assigned to any ministers to deal with this. It's 140 Rand from Andrew. Thanks for being an amazing beacon. Thank you, Andrew. I'm still curious. Maybe you already told me what the disinformation I supposedly spread. It's comical to hear that. I don't spread disinformation. Your family are unfortunately very poorly informed and obviously not very objective people. So I'm sorry you have to deal with that. DA public spat. This is growing and growing. Tensions spill into the public protector complaint. Willie Okamp and Dion Herber. Not Dion Herber, excuse me. Dion George, not Dion Herber. Sorry, Dion. Didn't mean to taint your memory. Ministry of Forestry, Fisheries, and Environment, Willie Okamp has submitted a formal complaint to the public protector requesting an investigation into abuse of state resources by former Minister Dion George. Boy, it's all coming out in the DA now. Where is Johnny Steenhuisen? He's very quiet on this. Of course, they do gratuitously mention his $150,000 debt on his credit card. Folks, set your watches. 2026 is going to be a bumpy year for the Democratic Alliance. Hey, Werner Krug, what's going on? Good afternoon. Screwing with the minstrels for a long time now. Yeah, well, people are upset about it. Antony says, you're straight as an arrow, no BS, everything you say, lefties and righties can go eat. Yeah, exactly, I agree with you. Sugar is necessary for the function of your body and brain. You can get sugar in the form of carbohydrates or just processed sugar raw. Exactly, thank you, Caustic Committee. They all want me to go without it. Now my body's falling apart. My body's falling apart. Right, Andrew, he broke the rules. Why is everyone so shocked about it? Oh, because I'm mean. The Colonel's so mean. He's so mean. He's so rude. He insults Afrikaners. He insults South Africans. He's so mean. He's so terrible. He's rude. He's got an ego the size of Table Mountain. He's just a meanie old man. I'm detoxing. You don't detox from sugar. Give me a break. It's been 2 months. Yeah, John Cena is way too quiet. I don't know. Apparently AI can't write scripts for him fast enough. Yeah, of course, Leona, he's talking nonsense. TJ Potketer, I hope you're well. I'm just checking. Did you already finish your research about the best way? Yes, I have. And I made my notes, but I haven't made the video. Sorry about that. No, that's fine if you've been busy. I'm busy too. It never seems to let up. I think Fonz is so frustrated, frozen, he would desperately need a Celsius energy drink. Leon says, only looking out for your health. Yes, but I appreciate that. Well, of course, sugars and fruits. I love the sugar that's naturally occurring in fruits. I'm just giving you all a hard time because you're giving me a hard time. Mari says, hello, old follower, new username. Well, thank you for being here, Mari. Okay. We will not be bullied. Yeah, okay. Run along. Hiding behind the Pala Pala couch. Maybe he's hoping some dollars are left behind. Also busy talking because he didn't get increased. Yeah, could be on it. All right, let's take a look at what News 24 is doing today. Okay, News 24 says, no hope of détente. South Africans expect more of the same bullying from Trump. Bullying. This is not even news. It's pure propaganda. Pure propaganda. Whites only. That's a lie. That's a lie. Wow. They actually have the audacity to put that refugees whites only. That's unbelievable. Wow. Not even news. Now, the fact that they published that image, it doesn't mean they did anything wrong because someone had that sign apparently. So if they're reporting the news, that's fine. But the way they put this in the story to mislead and deceive the viewer is just pure poppycock. This is disgraceful. I am going to expose Cockprot24 for its fraud. This is fraudulent. It's not news reporting. It's not even propaganda. It's disgraceful. Yep. So Amanda Koza. President Donald Trump has waged an unrelenting diplomatic offense against South Africa, launching his assault on Pretoria shortly after assuming the presidency in January 2017 and intensifying his campaign with renewed force. Excuse me? An unrelenting diplomatic offensive? In 2018, Donald Trump made one tweet about South Africa. One tweet. That's an unrelenting diplomatic offensive that began in 2017? What a load of balderdash. Dramatic escalation of the already tenuous relationship culminated in Trump declaring that he was shutting Pretoria out of the world's premier forum for macroeconomic cooperation. Actually, the world's premier forum is not the G20. That's a bullshit fest. The G7 is the world's premier forum. So, Amanda, I'm sorry. You do some decent reporting, but this is just smoking your socks nonsense here. Wow. She admits it was far from perfect relationship when Trump took office. There were trade and geopolitical tensions, the Lady R saga, in which Ambassador Brady claimed for a fact that armaments had been smuggled into the Russian vessel when it docked in Simonstown. And that's about the extent of it. But she says already there were signs this first time. In 2018, as skepticism and ANC policy became increasingly evident, the center of his criticism was South Africa's approach to land reform. One tweet from August of 2018 is an unrelenting bullying campaign. Give me a break. One tweet. That's it. That's his tweet in 2018. Seriously? You want to have credibility here? South Africa rejected these claims. Of course, Cyril Ramaphosa was at the United Nations summit in early 2018, months before this, when he went on Bloomberg News and lied to the world. There are no farm murders in South Africa. No farmers are being murdered. Then he said no white farmers, both of which were complete fabrications and lies. He told Bloomberg News that in New York City on the sidelines of the New York United Nations General Assembly. And Trump's the one that's the problem? Officially, the rationale for these punitive measures include the Expropriation Act. So, what punitive measures? Cease agreements in February. The United States froze all aid to South Africa in a sweeping executive order signed by Trump. That's not a punitive measure. It's not a punitive measure. You don't owe that money. That's not your money. So, and then look at this propaganda here. The collaborators who betrayed their country for Trump. Adrian Basson is the collaborator. He's the ferraya. He is the ferraya. Adrian Basson is the ferraya here. Attacking AfriForum and Solidarity. Lying about their influence. Overstating who they are. And here is the real reason we have trouble. Right there. Mr. Ibrahim Rasool. Race hustler number one. Oh, there's Karen Willem. U.S. skipping G20 talks due to South Africa's anti-American agenda. Yep, exactly right. That's the first action they took against South Africa that was punitive. We stand for our shared humanity. U.S. expulsion of Russia, regrettable diplomatic decorum must be tamed. Trump confronts Ramaphosa. Do you see any objective stories? Not one. These are the stories supporting their lies here. Not one story talking about the actions of the rogue actions of South Africa, all against the U.S. Adrian Basson, your lies are palpable. Trump's tariff tantrum. Bye-bye peace, America, bye. Trump's tariff tantrum. So apparently, Helena Wasserman thinks that it's okay for us to let our country be screwed by unfair tariffs, quotas, and barriers to our products. So we have to buy your shit, and you can prevent our goods from coming to your country, and that's okay, Ms. Wasserman. No, it's not. It's not. They're not a tantrum of tariffs. And for countries that will negotiate, they came down. Switzerland, 39, reduced to 19%. Or 15%, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, this is just comical. How does anybody take them seriously as a media outlet? They're not a real media outlet. They're just a propaganda force. Heavy rain causing partial collapse at the Northgate Shopping Center. That's some bad mojo there, folks, in Randburg. Patrons at Northgate Shopping Center in Randburg were left stunned on Saturday after parts of the mall's ceiling collapsed following heavy rain. It lasted more than a minute. It was widely shared on social media. Wow. That's a shame. That's a shame. That sucks. Cross-border gun violence being fueled by guns smuggled in. Why do you have to smuggle in? Just rent your guns from the cops, man. That's what most people do. Firearms, including AK-47s and R4 rifles, which are South African rifles, are being stolen from Lesotho's military and police armies, contributing to the arsenal of Zama-Zamas. Brutal turf wars dominate the gold belt with gangs such as Terrain and Lalela Mbata fighting for abandoned mining shafts, leading to massacres such as the 2022 Soweto Tavern incident. Authorities recovered more than 600 firearms and arrested 25,000 suspects during Operation Vala Umgodi. But what about the 25,000 police service weapons that were openly acknowledged 3 years ago were missing? The decay in the SANDF. Well, everyone knows about it. It's years of neglect and underfunding. While South African Defense Force battles severe and worsening lack of funding resources, senior leaders have of late crossed the line into making political pronouncements, and they should have been fired and court-martialed for their actions. In August, SANDF Chief General Ridzane Mpatwa paid a highly controversial visit to Tehran, where he met with his counterpart. And he should have been sacked or court-martialed for his actions. China is mobilizing on land, air, and sea for a live fire drill adjacent to Taiwan. So once again, provocative Chinese communists are trying to start a war. Here's a Taiwan Mirage 2000. Wow, those are old. That's a cheetah right there. Old. China launched military exercise around Taiwan today, mobilizing naval, air, ground, and missile forces for what the People's Liberation Army describes as a stern warning to opponents of Beijing's claims to the island. As part of the drills, Chinese authorities said that 7 zones of ocean airspace around Taiwan will be sealed off for live fire exercises. It is time to put the Chinese into a box. Their rogue criminal actions, supported by the ANC, are out of line with the international norms. They violate the International Court of Justice determination that they were not entitled to their bogus 9-dash line. Kosovo's Kurti promises swift formation of new government after he wins the election. Kosovo Prime Minister Albin Kurti said he will swiftly form a new government after his party won half the votes in Sunday's election, signaling a possible end to a year-long political deadlock. It's the second vote this year in Kosovo. They fell short of a majority in February. This time they nearly got the majority, 49.3%. 99% of the votes count as of 7 p.m. All right. He'll need one small party to join him. Ukraine seeks decades-long security guarantee from Trump, but he offered 15 years. We're going to guarantee Ukraine's security for 15 years? I don't think so. Ukraine said President Trump had offered its security guarantees for 15 years after the end of the war. A duration in Kiev seems too short to deter Russia from future aggression. Well, Vladimir Putin will be long dead in 15 years, so I think that's more than enough. More than enough. Trump says the U.S. and Ukraine are a lot closer to a peace plan after meeting with Zelensky. President Trump welcomed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to his Mar-a-Lago residence at Palm Beach on the 28th to discuss the plan to end a years-long war with Russia. We're getting a lot closer, maybe very close. A man kills at least 9, including his own children, in Suriname stabbing case. Yeah, take away guns and they just stab people. Take away knives, they just run you over with cars. Take away cars, they just choke you or pummel you with rocks. Police accused a 42-year-old man of killing at least 9 people outside the capital of Paramaribo just days after Christmas. Suriname National Police said a 40-year-old suspect attacked his 4 children aged 5 to 15 overnight, Saturday and Sunday, then attacked 5 neighbors between the ages 7 and 80. 9 people died. The gruesome incident was rattled the small South American nation. Country's President Jennifer Geerling Simons called it a tragic and shocking incident during a holiday season that should be characterized by solidarity and hope. Suriname, a nation of about 634,000 people, borders French Guyana, and Brazil, and became independent from Dutch colonial rule in 1975. Had a very low homicide rate for years, but saw a soaring number of homicides last year. Last year, homicides increased by 382% in the country. That's crazy. Mexican train derailment kills at least 13 people, 98 injured. Mexican authorities said on Sunday at least 13 people were killed in an interocean train carrying 250 people derailed in the southern state of Oaxaca. Mexican Navy said the train, which derailed near the town of Nzanda, was carrying 9 crew members and 241 passengers. Of those on board, 139 reported to be out of danger, while 98 were injured, including 36 received medical assistance. The governor of Oaxaca, Salomon Yara Cruz, expressed condolences to the families. The U.S. will commit $2 billion to UN humanitarian efforts. The U.S. will contribute $2 billion to UN humanitarian aid in 2026. The $2 billion commitment will be placed in a pooled fund that can be directed to nations or regions in crisis. Bangladesh, the DRC, Haiti, Syria, and Ukraine will reportedly be the first nations targeted for humanitarian aid through that fund. So, $2 billion, but we're not working with the world. What a bunch of nonsense. A year in, and all the pundits were wrong. Trump's economy defies the experts and outpaces G7. Outpaces G7. 1 year from Donald Trump's new presidency, the verdict of the data is clear. The apocalypse consensus forecasts have failed. The United States stands the only major developed country combining strong growth, controlled inflation, and fiscal consolidation. The same analyst institutions that applauded massive stimulus, monetary excess, and regulatory overreach under the previous administration now struggle to explain why the economy they expected to sink into stagflation is instead outperforming all of its G7 peers. Furthermore, the U.S. peers that embrace net zero goals, big government, and high tax policies are now experiencing secular stagnation. From the tariff tantrum to a global surprise. When Trump announced a new wave of tariffs and trade policies, much of the global consensus rushed to predict a disaster. I called it the tariff tantrum. Commentators warned of an inflation surge beyond 2021 levels to 6 to 7% Treasury yields, collapsing investment, a recession, and global rejection of U.S. leadership in favor of supposedly more responsible European governments. 12 months later, none of those predictions have materialized. The 10-year Treasury yield has fallen to 4.1%. The U.S. is the only G7 economy growing robustly, while nations that intensified hyper-regulation, climate restrictions, high taxes, and government spending are stuck in stagnation, despite the tailwind of low oil and gas prices. The temper tantrum never became a structural shock that critics warned of. Tariffs, though debatable, do not cause inflation because they do not add currency units to the economy. Uncontrolled public spending, monetary excess do. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you? So, Andrew Kerr, to your family that says I spread disinformation, tell them they're full of poppycock. Poppycock. I've told you that ever since Trump became the president. The tariffs will not lead to a recession. The tariffs will not lead to significant inflation. The tariffs will not lead to problems. Now, I also told you that Trump said we're going to get trillions of dollars from tariffs. I said that's not going to happen. I was also correct on that one because I was objective and looked at it honestly and looked at the data and didn't have a political objective. So telling you that Trump was misleading you, saying you get trillions, is not helping Trump. And telling you that the economy's not going to implode is not helping the other side. It's just the facts. So I love this story. Who wrote this? This is right in top. This is Daniel Lacal. Thank you, Daniel. Exactly what I said all year. Thank you very much for that. Just verifying the things I've said all year long. Yep. Unbelievable. Inflation is under control. The deficit, debt, and politics of discipline. While many advanced economies are facing ballooning deficits and rising debt, the United States achieved a rare combination of growth and fiscal consolidation. The federal deficit declined by 22%, from $2.07 trillion in November 24 to approximately $1.6 trillion a year later. This is due to increased tax and trade revenues and spending cuts. As a share of GDP, the deficit dropped from 7% to an estimated 5.9%, still 6% too high. It's notable given that 97% of the 2025 budget had already been allocated when Trump administration took off. Exactly. 97% of the budget for the year had already been allocated. Trump couldn't cut it. He could only affect 3% and still cut the deficit by 22%. Despite inheriting a nearly fully committed budget, the administration cut federal outlays by 5.6% in the first quarter, 5.3% in the second. Public spending is down 3.1% for the first half of the year. 8% reduction in federal spending is planned for next year. Federal debt, which stood at $36 trillion in January, stabilized and ticked slightly downward by $10 billion. Wow. The debt to GDP ratio has fallen from 122% to 120% because the economy is growing. Trade deals have been a success. Rather than destroying America's global trading position, Trump's approach has reduced the trade deficit by $80 billion in November to about $52 billion of last year to $52 billion in September this year, a drop of 1/3. Targeted tariffs, renegotiated trade agreements, and stronger domestic industry support have improved trade flows without triggering inflation. Exactly. Thank you very much. Spot on, my friend. It's exactly what I've been telling people for the past year. Andrew wrote something else here. I have heard that if we do get involved in a war, only 30% of troops will not be deployed, if that many. The United States can't track $13 billion weapons. What are you talking about, Holden? What $13 billion? Afghanistan? That's poppycock. Those aren't our weapons. Are we supposed to forget about those firearms? What firearms? What firearms, Gixer? What are you talking about? You talking about the 25,000 missing ones? I'm the one that brought it up. Justice Department is using a fraud law to target companies on DEI, as they should, because DEI is fraud. Google and Verizon are among firms being investigated under novel interpretation of law applying to government contractors. Not novel. The Trump administration has launched investigations into the use of diversity initiatives in hiring and promotion at major U.S. companies. It's a violation of the Constitution, built on novel use of federal law meant to punish businesses that cheat the government. The civil probes are proceeding under umbrella of false claims acts, which traditionally been used to go after contracts to bill the government for work that's never performed or inflate the cost. Now they're using it to consider diversity when hiring. They should, because diversity is fraud. DEI is fraud. They should use it. They say there's a connection with the killing of white farmers and all the shooting in America. What? Who says that? What white farmer and what shooting in America? That sounds like poppycock. New York is seeing a record number of influenza cases. Total of 71,000 positive flu cases reported in New York State over the 7 days ending December 20th, the highest number of flu cases ever recorded in a single week. Are you sure it's not COVID? Recent weekly infection numbers 38% higher than the previous week. There were 3,666 hospitalizations. We are closely reviewing hospital bed capacity to determine. So, have you got your flu vaccine? I was just so naive. Marjorie Taylor Greene is an ingenuine. She was so naive, the multimillionaire, member of Congress. Just didn't know the real world. She was so naive. Oh, I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, woe is me. I'm just a helpless bleach blonde from Georgia. Georgia, sweet Georgia. I was so naive. Yes. How the Georgia Congresswoman went from her president's loudest cheerleader to his loudest Republican critic. 11 days after Charlie Kirk was killed in September, murdered, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the third-term Georgia Congresswoman, was watching his memorial service on TV as the luminaries of the conservative movement and the Trump administration gathered to pay tribute to the young activist. What stayed with Greene long after were the last two speakers who took the stage. First, there was Kirk's widow, Erica, who stood in white before the crowd filling the Arizona stadium, lifted her tear-filled eyes and said that she forgave her husband's killer. And then there was President Trump. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose, he said of Charlie Kirk. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagree with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. Well, that was absolutely the worst statement, Greene wrote to me in a text message months after the memorial service. And the contrast between Erica Kirk and the president was clarifying. She added, it just shows where his heart is, and that's the difference with her having a sincere Christian faith and proves he does not have any faith. Wow. After Charlie died, I realized that I'm part of this toxic culture. I really started looking at my faith. I wanted to be more like Christ. Okay, Holden. The Pentagon Inspector General report released last week concluded the Defense Department did not properly track significant portions of $13.4 billion in military. What $13.4 billion? That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. 13. What? You talking about the money that I spent in Uganda? You talking about the money I spent in Liberia? You talking about the money I spent in Botswana, Niger, Mauritania? That money? Is that money you're talking about? I can track every penny of that. And it was all tracked when I was responsible for it. Are you talking about the money given to Afghanistan? Are you talking about the money given to Ukraine? I mean, that doesn't help me, man. 13 billion, that's nothing. That's nothing. And over what time period? What program? See, that's just sensationalism. 13 billion. Is it over 20 years? Is it over 10 months? Is it the Ukraine? Everything in Ukraine is a scam anyway, so we know that. Marjorie Taylor Greene, no credibility whatsoever. No credibility. Exactly, Andrew Kerr. Christ spoke the truth. She should start by telling the truth. Bingo, Andrew Kerr. You're spot on, man. Jesus told the truth. She should learn to tell the truth instead of lying to the media. Marjorie Taylor Greene, spare me. Here are the top Senate races to watch in 2026. Democrats, Republicans looking for pickups. There you go. Maine, New Hampshire, Michigan, Ohio, Nebraska, Texas, Georgia, North Carolina. In theory, with the exception of Maine and Michigan, these should all be easy wins for the Republicans. Should be. Texas, Nebraska, Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio, traditionally conservative states. New Hampshire as well. But it's not that simple. Republicans currently have a 53 to 47 advantage. In 2026, 33 seats are up for election, as is the norm every 2 years, 1/3 of seats. 20 are held by Republicans, 13 by Democrats. Republicans have a 66% chance of holding the upper chamber. But they'll need to fend off challenges in Georgia, North Carolina, Maine, and Texas. I'm not worried about Texas. I don't think we're going to have a problem there. Georgia, I'm a little concerned because of the idiocy of Georgia voters. Maine, I don't really care because Susan Collins is not actually a Republican. She's a Democrat, in wolf clothing. Michigan is one I'd like to see us poach. That'd be great. Yep. Ohio should not be a problem. Sherrod Brown is not going to make a comeback. He's such a fraud. John Husted should win that easily. North Carolina could be a problem. And that's the races coming up. So here's an interesting story about LinkedIn, which is now owned by Microsoft, and it's been destroyed. It used to be a very useful, productive site for networking. I used to get job offers from it all the time. I used to publish stuff about Africa all the time. And then during the COVID scam, when Trump got COVID, I wrote a piece and they censored my post and said that I was bullying. I was bullying the Chinese Communist Party and Donald Trump. What a joke. Can't bully the President of the United States. So I wrote to them within 15 minutes or 45 minutes to their credit. They apologized and restored it, but I lost all faith in the LinkedIn site and I no longer trust it. But LinkedIn, there's another reason why I don't trust it. It's owned by Microsoft. But a woman decided that she wasn't getting enough, attention and offers from LinkedIn. So she pretended to be a man, and it worked. Thank you, Hold. 1% of allocated Pentagon funds. Okay, but that's helpful, but it doesn't explain the programs, though. Thank you for that. Why women on LinkedIn are masquerading as men. That's also committing fraud. But I get why she did it. One woman's gender swap experiment quadrupled her reach on her career platform, underscoring concerns about gender stereotypes and algorithmic bias. Megan Cornish spent months puzzling about her waning reach on LinkedIn when she decided to run a test. She recast her profile to seem more like a guy. Within a week, her impressions on the careers website quadrupled. I wish I was kidding about this, she said, after describing how she used ChatGPT to give her profile a more masculine edge. When she asked it to make her content more male-coded, the artificial intelligence chatbot axed words like communicator and clinician advocate and replaced them with language driving ethical growth and behavioral health. That's male? Really? Didn't know that was male. Initial post went viral, listing hundreds of comments from people voicing frustration about their reach. LinkedIn said a news release its AI systems algorithms build off of hundreds of signals but don't use demographic information such as age, race, or gender. Changing gender profile does not affect how your content appears in search or feed, says LinkedIn's head of responsible AI and AI governance. Cornish's experience raised questions about the way that language or characteristics have been traditionally associated with women are more devalued and embedded into our structural systems. Gender bias. Well, I think it's an interesting story. Yeah, Lindsay, I do. I agree. But I mean, my reach on LinkedIn hasn't grown since they harassed me. That's pretty much the time. But to be fair, I stopped trusting LinkedIn a long time ago. So my LinkedIn profile has not grown at all. I mean, I grew by gangbusters there for several years. But since COVID, it's gone nowhere. It's gone absolutely nowhere. I keep it, but I don't get I don't get any traction from it. So let me go to my account. So I have 9,969 people following me on LinkedIn. I had 8,900 before COVID. So I've gained 1,000. And in 4 years I was at the War College, I gained about 7,500. So I just haven't gained anybody. Yep. Just not gaining anybody. So despite having a fascinating profile and quite the experience. Comey Clue says, Chris is a brilliant leader, a very inquisitive intellect who knows how to ask the tough questions to get the right answers. His expertise cuts across multiple sectors and regions. Chris and I share our hope that Africa could be the next big story of the century if all stakeholders do the right thing. Looking forward to my next thought-provoking discussions on his show on YouTube. John Black says, his exceptionally keen intellect sets him apart from his peers among a highly qualified population of foreign area officers. His strategic vision and projects confidence to inspire others to action. If it's never been done before, then Chris is the man for the job. There you go. Thank you for that. There you go. So, professional publications. Why did the 2004-2009 Library of Security Sector Reform Program not succeed in creating a accountable and effective army? There you go. So, that's one of my articles I published. Comparative Strategy, published by Taylor Francis. So, when the fake journalist on News 24 or the Daily Maverick call me an influencer or a YouTuber, I'm an academic. LinkedIn was not a garbage platform, Sven, when it was created. It was fantastic. It was an amazing place to collaborate and to reach out to professionals and also get job offers. I made a fair amount of money off of that because of job offers just before COVID and after it. But now it's just crap. Microsoft owns it. They destroy everything that's good. Yeah, the wording change. That's probably what happened, Pat Mystery. It's probably not the gender thing. It was just a wording change. What did Kool-Aid, what does Will say? Sorry. Okay, anyway, there you have it. Whoops. Where is my stream? There we are. Okay, cool. Everything Microsoft buys gets destroyed. You're right, RVC. That's what I'm saying. Okay, the Dems lost all relevance to me once I saw supporters celebrate Charlie's death. Yeah, it was pretty sick. Peter Smith says, glad means people starting to see the government's lies. Trying to appeal to people's faith for political reasons is sick. They change their religion depending on who they vote for. Exactly. Well, Merry Christmas never left my house. So what did Will say? I don't see anything from Will's here. I'm looking. Hey, Ronell. Thank you very much. Glad millions of people. Okay. Military Times. Thank you for that. Hold on. I'll look at that later on. Okay. I thought I saw Kool-Aid post about refugees. What's it? But didn't get a chance. What? What about the citizenship? Karen, what are you talking about? 4 Scott cops on the Bri. 6 kids on the program on their way. My Bri. Oh, wow. Hey, Helgi, what's going on? They say there is a connection with the killings of a white farmer and all the shooting American. What killing? What connection? Reading something about U.S. Bank going bust because of trading silver. I don't know, Chippy, but U.S. banks go bust every year. Let me take a look and see the number of U.S. bank reps. U.S. bank failures by year. Okay, number of U.S. bank failures by year. Here we go. That's what I want. Okay. So I can get a chart here. U.S. bank failures have been relatively rare in recent years, with 0 in 2021 and 22. Yeah, it's because we bailed them out. Following a peak in 157 in 2010. Recent activity includes 5 failures in 2023. From 2001 to 2025, 570 U.S. banks have failed. Here's the chart. That's not it. Total assets. So you saw a lot of them around the time that the global financial crisis took place. And in 2023, so a few. But 2018, 2020, 2022, 2005, 2006, no bank failures at all. So there are always banks failing. Banks, like businesses, are mismanaged. That's why we have FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. They have to pay money into it so people's deposits are protected. 82% of people have tapped in their retirements, says Holden. I haven't. Yeah, if it'd been South Africa because the tracks would have been stolen. Yep. It's hot, says Lana. Sorry to hear that. Cheetah has longer nose and smaller airons. That's because that one's adapted. The Cheetah is a Mirage 2000. That was a Mirage 2000. China can always ask Santa to give a hand in Taiwan. Yeah, James says Freedom Front Plus is going to take a lot of DA voters. Not unless they start speaking up. Yeah, I've caught up now in the chat. Andrea Basson should be sent to McDonald's. Helen says, how are you? My son says milk isn't good for you either because hormones cause inflammation in the body. I've cut out milk and sugar for my skin is glowing more. I'm not drinking any milk. I haven't had milk in donkey years. I haven't had a Starbucks since November 4th. My son and Neil should go on a date. You guys are funny. My understanding is correct. The colonel is spreading malinformation, which is information that's so true that damaging. They don't like it being spread. No, it's not malinformation. Unsupervised quadriplegic. Hello to you. Garage pie. Are you planning another visit next year? Well, Paul, I plan to visit in January, but I'm not coming in January now. Unable to. unable to come in January. We'll see what happens, okay? Yeah, Parliament did get a salary raise. That's true. All right, how are we doing here? Funny how you get a lot of Ronells in a certain age group. My grandma, well, it's just names become popular. Mohammed in the United Kingdom. For the left, truth is disinformation. You are correct, Voidy. That's correct. Then there's an issue with $10 trillion national debt coming due in 20. Yes, Holden, you've mentioned that. You mentioned it. You have mentioned that. They'll just refinance it. $9 trillion is scheduled to mature. Net interest costs are going to reach $1 trillion this year. Wow. Yep, they're going to have to refinance it. That's what will happen. That's all. When the debt matures, the U.S. Treasury typically issues new securities to pay off the old ones. Yep. While maturing volume is high, market analysts generally expect demand for institutional investors in foreign countries to remain sufficient to cover these rollover costs. Yeah, that's not exactly a big surprise. So, I mean, you're offering a factoid that's out of context. The context is they'll just refinance the debt and people will buy it. Yep, most questions, some theory rattling pertains. Go ahead, Sven Stalbard, share your question. Who is WCS? You mean Church World Services for Roshka? They are working. I told people they would continue to work over the holidays. I just don't know which days they'll have off. Just that nobody will be processed to come to the States because the American employees aren't working. The United States has not lost its AAA credit rating, has it? That wouldn't, no. That wouldn't be because of that. You only lose your credit rating if it appears you're unable to pay your debt back. I think Napoleon that she meant CWS. Church World Services. Lana, we did know you left. You need a cold shower. What happened? You excited about something? Or it's just too hot? You did say it was hot. Should there be regime change in South Africa, who would realistically take the helm, considering the recent rise and falls of many parties here? Well, that's a basket of worms. Very hard to unpack. First off, if by regime change, I presume you mean if it's a peaceful one, it'll be some kind of fractious coalition and it'll keep breaking until the country descends into chaos. That's what will happen. But if it's a violent situation, I see the very real possibility that the Western Cape and KZN will go their own way and South Africa will balkanize and fall apart. Oh, the white and black thing in front of my on-air sign. Hang on, I just got a message that's probably important about the Veterans Organization. We've got a leak. That is something I talked about last week. These are ostrich shells. This is a belt from the Bushmen in the Kalahari from Botswana. They use leather to make this. You tie these two pieces of leather, you wrap it around, and then you tie these two pieces of leather there. So, incredible work by the Bushmen. Those are ostrich shells, beads. And it was quite a bargain when I bought this. This is, I bought this for 500 Rand, or 500 Pula, 500 Pula Botswana Crafts, which is located on out near Airport Road in Habarani. They make these things in the Kalahari, and then they send them. I have lots of cool stuff like this. I also have ostrich shells. It's a really cool collection of African stuff in my house. So really cool stuff. I just brought it up in the basement, so I occasionally put some stuff from Africa up here. So 500 pull at the time was a little expensive because it was 4 pullets to the dollar. Hey, Carl, from really hot Cape Town. Hey, Carl, how's it going? 140 Rand. Thanks for that. So 500 Rand, or 500 pullet today would not be much. It's what, 15 pullet to the dollar? So this is about 35 bucks today for all that labor, 35 bucks. But I paid a lot more at the time. This at the time cost me just under $100. So there you go. Oh, they downgrade? Okay, yeah, I didn't know all of them. I know that one of them did it, so I didn't count it if one does it. Okay. Yeah, I think when Standard & Poor's did it, I reported on that, and I said it was politically motivated. It's all politically motivated. The U.S. Economic situation is improving dramatically. Our deficit is declining. Our foreign trade deficit is declining. Revenue to the federal government is increasing, and expenditures are declining. And the economy is growing robustly. All reasons why our credit rating should be strong. But this is politically motivated because they hate Trump. They don't care how much they hurt America. They hate Trump. Not sure if it would be better overall if there were either peaceful or violence. I'm not sure, Sved, either. Yeah. Hey, Carl, what's going on? Well, someone who doesn't have a credit rating. What do you mean? What about credit rating? I don't understand. What's the question, Nadine? It's out of context. Voidy says, how you doing, Carl? You spent so much time with us South Africans. We appreciate it so much. I hope you get some time, me time. No, I get very little me time. Almost my entire life is devoted to everyone else. Almost nothing for me. Nope. The trips are kind of for me. I enjoy the trips, but I mean, I haven't traveled since beginning of October. So, yeah. Never thought of a semi-federal split in the country since this year. Things really started heating up recently. Appreciate your insights. No, I expect that to be the case. I expect to see that the ANC will fail. A coalition will form. It will be fractious. There will be infighting. It will fail. Another government will have to be formed. And eventually there could be a very real chance because of a lack of government action that there's some sort of internal insurrection. And if that happens, then KZN goes its own way. And the Western Cape goes its own way. So I could very easily see the MK party, if it survives the death of Jacob Zuma, MK party being the force that leads KZN to independence. Could very easily see that. Yep. There was nothing before that would do it. The IFP wasn't interested in that, but I could see my stuff home. So I have awesome stuff from Tunisia, from Germany, from all over the world. It's really cool. Are we buffering now? Could be on my end. Let me see. Yeah, it's on my end. It's on my end, guys. The internet connection is sucky. It's terrible. Yeah, the buffering is on my end. Sorry. Oh yeah, my download is just dropped to nothing too. Wow, what's going on there? Wow, the internet is really getting bad. Oh yeah, I have 1.3 megabytes upload. Yep. Wow. 335 megabits per second. That's insane. Wow. This is insane. There's clearly something wrong with this network. Yes, the ISP is a problem. I'm talking if I have zero my credit rating in South Africa with it. No, it doesn't affect anything. No, it shouldn't affect anything. You're not immigrating to America. You are coming here as a refugee, so it shouldn't matter. Yeah. I know it's buffering, guys. What do you want me to do? It's just up and down. It's crazy. Well, Yazo Bear, I covered that yesterday on the Refugee Cafe Clutch, the latest updates program. Could be solar flares, but you can hear me fine. As long as you can hear me, it's sorry for the buffering, the jerky jumping around the video, but at least you can hear me. Yep. Maybe I should just do, should I do the, I haven't done that Podbean in a while. Should we do that? Podbean. Let me go to Podbean. We could try a Podbean. We could try a podcast on there, a live podcast. Let me log into Podbean, make sure I can get in there. Okay. Because I'm still paying for it. We should try that. Okay. Okay. Dashboard. Should I do a Podbean thing? It's incorrectly very early in the year, the Cape Independence Movement Party blamed the DA for blocking process. No, they did. They blamed them. Drink your dirty water. I should do a Podbean thing, huh? We should do a Podbean. Yeah, that's what we should do. I haven't done it in ages. What's the last one I did? Probably a couple years ago. Well, February I did one. Huh. I should do it live. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, well, I should do it. What's this upgrade thing? Dashboard. Okay. New episode. Okay. I got to remember how to do it. I haven't done it in a while. Oh, Podbean is my, let me see, where's my channel at? Okay. New live show. Okay, but I need to find my link here to the channel. So, yeah, well, here, guys, this is Podbean, so people know about it. We got 400 people here now. Here's my Podbean. Go check that out, and I'll start a live stream on that shortly, okay? So we haven't done that in a while. That's my podcast. You won't see me, but you can hear me there. Okay, so just go check that out. And I'm paying for it, so I ought to start using it. You know, it could be AI. Yeah, who knows? Just kidding. Referencing them harassing refugee process and saying they know who we are. Oh, okay. Please see my comment just providing intake questionnaire. If this is true, how do these working at H-2A visas applying for USA? Okay, Karen. I don't see any question from here, Karen. Oh, there it is. My cousin working temporary in Saudi Arabia tried your VPN suggestion to apply. Still can't access. Well, VPNs aren't perfect, Karen. I mean, servers have a way of identifying whether you're going VPN or not. There's ways to do it. Trusted source says he has to be in South Africa to fill in a questionnaire. That's what I said. You have to be there. So, I mean, before the intake questionnaire, you could fill out the statement of interest was Google form by using VPN. But now it's different. Tim Pool's full of shit, Janine. There's no civil war in America. Tim Pool's talking out his ass. His beanie's on too tight. Tim Pool's beanie's on too tight. No, it's not fine. There's a problem on my end. What is a Podbean? It's my website for podcasting. I haven't been on it for a while. If you all go there and check it out, let me see if anybody signed up for it. 191 followers. Now I have 192. Only one of you went and joined it. Okay, go join it. The last live stream I did was 3 years ago. Well, almost 4 years ago. So it's time to do it. I pay for it every year. Yeah. Well, it'll keep coming and going because there's problems with the connection. So anyway, yeah, we managed to keep 400 people here while we fought through it. Yeah, it's really, really getting irritating what's going on with this stuff. So, all right, well, I'm not going anywhere. Wow, my video has 8,000. I haven't even promoted it. It has 8,500 views already. That's pretty cool. That's been about an hour since I published it. Let's see. In an hour and 21 minutes, 8,500 on that. Let's see what the comments are. 137 comments on already. Wow. Always first with the truth. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you. Afternoon. How difficult we destroyed the Zeus Canal. Wait until ship's dock. Thank you. Groundbreaking. There'll be potholes in the ocean now. 100% correct. Love no. Okay. No comment. Okay. Oh, we knew it. All right. Yep. So a lot of comments. A lot of comments on it. So he and others have to fly back just to fill in the intake questionnaire and again for grace. Well, yeah, I would think so, Karen. Or I mean, this is kind of out of the box, Karen. Do they have a family member they trust with the information or a spouse that could fill it in for them from South Africa? Boom, makan plan. Work people is setting up an account. Okay. Okay. Tim Pool's been spouting Civil War nonsense 4 to 5 years. I think he's trying to speak it in existence. Cost a chameleon? He's just like Al Gore and Greta Thunberg. You destroy the world. When was that? When that little troll said that? What, 10 years ago now? The world hasn't been destroyed. Thank you, Sven, for following me now. Okay, I'll do a live stream on Podbean. It's been a while. The problem is that I can only like go live. It doesn't let me schedule it, which is annoying. You missed the cafe. Well, you can watch it. You're allowed to watch older videos, man. You're allowed to watch it. Did I answer your question, by the way? Hey, Shelly, what's going on? Hui milis. Well, can my ISP confirm? Oh, could be shared service. Not sure if you guys have a contention ratio. Well, we don't have fiber. This is cable. It's coax. And switching to fiber, which is Fios, is proven to be just as problematic. Their customer service apparently is just as bad as Comcast. So, to remote desktop PC and so there you go. Try that. Oh, that's another thing you can do. Okay, there you go. Do you have Teams or something like that? Or what's the other sharing thing? Do you have software that allows you to log in your own computer back at home, have your family member turn your computer on back at home, log into it, and update the questionnaire from your PC in South Africa? I don't know if it does notifications. Yeah, so that's one of the problems with it. So when I do it live, yeah, I haven't messed around with it for a while. So, like I said, the last live stream I did was on the 31st of January, 2022. Yep. So it's been a while. But I did load stuff on it last year. And in February this year, I loaded the Rob Hersoff conversation on there. So podcasting is not that big, you know. Thank you, Rian. 1G fiber on fat pipe with only 4 customers. That was heaven. I'll bet that was heaven. Starlink is not the answer. It's not fast enough. The problem is upload, guys. The problem is not download. It's upload. I need upload. In order to stream, like gamers, you need bandwidth. And I'm getting throttled. I'm getting throttled, which is the problem. So I filed a complaint with the Federal Communications Commission that I'm being throttled. Yep. If I'm not being throttled, then they're simply ignoring me as a customer. And I pay them almost 6,000 Rand a month, 5,400 Rand a month, 5,500 Rand a month for this service. Yep, it's insane. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate liking it too. If you haven't even listened to it, it's very kind of you. So 191 when I mentioned to you guys, up to 208 now. That's good. Yep. So I will do it live on there. Yep. You've never heard of Podbean? I'm sure, Martin. That's because I haven't talked about it. I'm sorry you've been sick in bed. I hope you're feeling better, Shelley. Does anyone know anything about this? About what, Ronell? Yes, I think they have a trustworthy cousin Cape. I didn't know that it was allowed long before the link. Yeah, no. What's the Team Viewer? I think it's called. Is that the one? Team Viewer? That's not. That's an older one. Yeah, Team Viewer. That's a software that lets you log into someone else's computer. Founded back in 2005 in Göppingen in Germany. Yep, Team Viewer. It's just remote access. So you can do remote access into your own computer. If you have a computer at home, you have family there you trust, just have them turn the computer on, log in your computer. Yes, well, my podcast is on Spotify, Evan, or Ewan. That podcast is on Spotify a long time ago, unless it's been taken off. Let me just see. Shoot. Let me check my account. Unlimited audio annual plan. Yep, I got it. It updates in April. Okay. It says there's notification emails, so... Oh, I need to edit this. This isn't right anymore. My P.O. box changed. Oh, crap. What the hell is it now? I can't think of it. Damn it. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. Good thing I checked. I had the wrong number in my head. I would have put the wrong box there. Okay, so I've updated my address there. To my SP not so long ago, don't make your lack of structure planning my problem. I'm paying for certain service. Exactly. Well, Lynn, where's your provider? In South Africa or in the U.S.? Okay. Okay, so that's taken care of. Yeah, I'm just looking to see what I'm signed up for here. Somewhere it's supposed to tell me all the things I'm signed up for. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not finding it. Anyway, it's not important. AnyDesk. Anyway, whatever, Nev. Just a remote access is what you need. Told my ISP. Now it's telling me my data rate is higher than is recommended. My son can see everything I do just in case I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Don found out about crypto. Apparently, it will all be active over the world. May I ask if you can tackle a subject matter like this? I don't talk about cryptocurrency. It's speculation. It's not really something I follow. And Mike uses TeamViewer. Yeah, there are quite a few of these. Yeah, I'm just trying to say that it doesn't matter, guys. I don't care what you use, but use a remote software to get in. TeamViewer used to be free. I don't know what it is now. I think they have trustworthy cousin Cape. Didn't know it was allowed. Well, it's not a question allowed. It's being clever. The topic of tonight's conversation was having friends in low places. I'm the ANC, and I've got friends in low places where the whiskey flows. Yes, ANC has lots of friends in low places. That's what the topic was. We're beyond the news now, just chatting and answering people's questions. Yeah, the war in the U.S. is against American culture. Yep. I see Manza says, hope you're having a great day. I'm doing okay. How about you? So how are we doing in Podbean? Let me go back and take a look now. See how many we got. Followers 208. It was 211 to 3 more. There you go. Cool. So you guys make it worthwhile for me to do. We had fun on that because I used to be able to play these weird sounds and stuff when I did live streams. Yep. Ian Smith, it was a great idea. Do a remote desktop to a PC. Yep. All right, Johan, see you tomorrow. Yep, so we made a song yesterday, and we played the Afrikaans version. Now let's see if we can play the English version. You guys want to hear the English version? English version. Come on, I'm further back. There it is. Here it is. Here's the country version. Oh, it's not country, excuse me. It's the English version. I said country. I don't know, work people. I didn't have music played for it. No, I wouldn't buy a tank. What would I do with a tank?
April morning 94, the sun began to rise. They saw the hope of a nation reflected in their eyes. Go-go standing in the queue, 12 hours in the heat, just to cast a paper dream and make the change complete. The world was singing with us, the aid was pouring in. The Springboks took the trophy, we thought we'd finally win. The Saturdays were golden, the future burning bright. We were dancing in the glow of the Rainbow Nation light.
But the veldt is growing colder now. The promise started thinning. We traded in our liberty before we'd finish winning.
And they ran to Tehran, turned their backs on the West for a different plan.
From the Cape to the Kremlin, Beijing to Havana, while they're screaming out Ubuntu like a holy Hosanna.
They ran to Tehran, building bridges with the ghost in the desert sand.
Friends in all the low places.
They took the old oppression and they gave it a new name. Different players at the top, but it's the exact same game. Pitching edge and poverty, spreading like a flu, while they're shaking hands with tyrants. What's a citizen to do? Stagnation in the water, corruption in the air. They squandered all the goodness and they didn't even care. Don't need the stars and stripes when you got the Russian red. They'd rather blame the orange man for all the tears we've shed.
The veldt is growing darker now. The dream is out of fashion. They traded in our future for a totalitarian passion.
And they ran to Tehran, turned their backs on the West for a different plan.
From the Cape to the Kremlin, Beijing to Havana,
While they're screaming out Ubuntu like a holy Hosanna. Yeah, they ran to Tehran, building bridges with the ghost in the desert sand. Warships in the harbor, shadows on the dock. The ANC is moving while the world is in a shock. They love the iron fist, they love the party line, leaving us behind in the ruins of the shrine. They ran.
So that's English version. So Billy says when you select a package, look for the synchronous link, download and upload the same speed. Billy, you act like we have an option here. The federal government allows monopolies in this country in spite of anti-monopoly statutes. Verizon and Comcast are the only options I have for broadband. Starlink is not fast enough. It's not synchronous. And it's too slow for the upload. The only option I have, HughesNet, only does like 5 megabytes. It's not even fast enough to stream with. So I can't even use that. It's also outrageously pricey. The only options I have are Fios and Comcast. And the only one that's synchronous is Fios because it's fiber optics. The cable is not synchronous. I have no option. They have us by the nads. That's the problem. That's the problem. This isn't like the old days when we could hire ISPs that were based off the phone lines and we all dialed up at 9.6 modems or 14.4 or 56K modem, 28.8, 56K modems. It isn't like that anymore. You want broadband? You get no options. You get what you like and you suffer through it. This is one of the problems with my country. They allow these monopolies. It's crap. And there's such a high startup cost to overcoming it. It amazed me that we managed to get so many people into the mobile spectrum because it costs billions to put up mobile networks. But a lot of companies did on the cheap. They rented space off existing networks like T-Mobile and Verizon and put up their services, like Pure Talk does. Yeah, the Good Shepherd says, if you haven't ridden the wave so far, you're likely to get bitten by the correction. I see a correction coming for silver. I don't see this continuing. There's no intrinsic value to silver being worth $75 an ounce. It's worth $5 to $7 an ounce. There's plenty of silver. There's no shortage of silver out there. And silver doesn't have nearly the same requirement uses that gold does and platinum does. Yep. Yeah, I never get into precious metals for investment. They are brilliant as a store of value when things fall through the floor. That's about it. So if you can buy a bunch of precious metals when they're dirt cheap, when Krugerrands and gold are going for $100 an ounce, then do it. But not at $4,500 an ounce. It's crazy. Look. I mean, you do what you want to do. I'm not offering investment advice. I'm just telling you what I do. I had gold coins. I had some silver coins, but I bought them all when it was inexpensive. And when I sold them, because of the fees and the scam, the way that precious metals are handled, you have to pay all these ridiculous fees for storage. If you don't have them on your own hands, you have to pay fees to sell them, and they just screw you. I mean, I sold gold that was 3 times the price of when I bought the gold, and I barely made any money because of the ridiculous fees. It was unbelievable. It's a scam. The whole thing is a scam. Stay out of it. Unless you got a vault or you work at Fort Knox, don't even mess with it. Old bulletin board service with 2 telephone lines and 2 U.S. Robotics 2880s. I remember U.S. Robotics, yep. Nicola hasn't deserted me. I'm sorry to hear your mom is in the hospital. My goodness, or going to the hospital. Hope she's okay. Heather Martin, what's up? Yeah, I don't mess around with it. That's what I do. You guys do what you want to do. Peter Mostart, welcome to you. I don't offer investment advice. You just ask me what I do. I don't invest in that. I invest in what I understand. Easy to buy and sell. Yeah, okay, that'll fine. You say that, Philip Holtz, but not in America. They're not so easy to sell. They charge you ridiculous fees. You think I'm wrong about Starlink? Really? You think I'm wrong about Starlink? Okay. All right, great. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Starlink speeds vary, but generally offer 25 to 220 megabytes of download, 5 to 30 megabytes of upload for standard users. 5 to 30 megabytes. Right, you don't get spot value when you resell. It's better to buy in silver mine share. That's what I just said. I would buy in the mining stocks. Pat says, assuming the U.S. investigates everything's happened in December and the current military exercise plan, we can assume. No, we can't assume that. Trump is being very nice to South Africa, despite the lies from South Africa's News 24. There's no bullying. If the United States wanted to bully South Africa, we could just implement some things right now that would have devastating impact on South Africa. I did that in my video, which got very few views. I'm glad you're getting great service from Starlink, but I'm not going to lay out $500 for equipment and pay $150 a month for a service that I can't guarantee I'm going to get what I want out of it. Getting out of these services is ridiculously difficult. Google, if you got early, was a great investment if you got in early. I never bought Google. I used to own America Online, CD Now, Netscape, FogDog, several other internet-based companies back in the 90s. I've owned Microsoft at one time. Never owned Google. No, it's not pay as you go. No. You're in South Africa. This isn't South Africa. I'm in America. Yeah, Starlink is good for boats and farms. I agree with you, Piston. Yeah, they're fine, Krista. They're fine. Yep. Yeah, thank you for asking. They also thanked me for mentioning the farm attack. They sent me a message. I didn't mention who it was, but they thanked me for mentioning the farm attack. Yep. Yeah, a lot of U.S. preppers are into Starlink. Yeah, well, I mean, if I lived in the wilds of Idaho or Montana, I'd have it too. But it just doesn't do the trick here for me. I may have to do it. I may have to do it and just spend the money. But then I'm going to have to run a wire through, cut a hole in my wall to run a wire into the house, you know, and then run a LAN cable into here. It's not, you guys act like it's all simple. It's not. It's not. Also, there was limited on the amount of data. So Starlink, limited amount of data. So let me go. I looked this all up last week. It's the singing the praise of Starlink. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. Starlink is not the great panacea that people make it out to be. So here you go. Let's go back to Starlink. Roam with Starlink. $229 to buy the equipment for the mini standard kit. High-speed internet. So you get 50 gigabytes for $50. You pay $165 a month for unlimited roam data. $165 a month. Unlimited, $165. Users on Roam are limited to 50 gigabytes of data. Can only pay for additional data. Limitations, international travel. Then what good is it to me to have the mobile system if I can't fix installation? That doesn't solve my problem. Oh, okay, let's go see what the residential says. Residential service. Starts at $80 a month. No hardware cost. Okay, select areas only. Okay, well I can't put my address in there for you guys to see. Let me just put in there. Let's see what they say. It's very slow, telling me what I can get. I can have service in 5 days, and all I can get is a residential light. I can't get anything other than residential light. Or I can pay $120 a month. That's $80. And it says 400 megabytes. $120 a month. For something that I'd use occasionally. Now it says my data rate is higher than, you know, it's incredibly expensive. That's outrageously expensive. Good backup. Well, when I start making, you know, $10,000 a month off my YouTube channel, then it'll be a good backup. I don't make that kind of money. Do not believe it. Who's talking about AI, Reaper? I don't listen to anything AI tells me. I only use AI to generate music and to make thumbnails and titles. I don't trust AI. I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at Starlink's website. That's their website. I can't trust them? No, I didn't dox myself, work people. It's very expensive. Reaper says it's worth it. Well, it's not. It's not worth it. I can't guarantee anything out of that. I mean, I'm not dissing it. It's great and fantastic for people who are in remote areas. It's fantastic. It's wonderful that people have that, but it's not going to do anything for me. What's 12 terabytes? What do you mean Starlink speeds? Yeah. Yeah, I want to slow down again. Now that I said I'm not doing Starlink, it's slowed down again. All right, there you go. Hey, Xfinity, I'm switching to Starlink or to Fios. Okay, how you like them apples? Okay, yeah. Anyway. When I fall out with the CIA. See, that's another thing, too. See, these people that say I work for the CIA, do you think the CIA would allow me to have such a crappy internet connection if I worked for them? They would not allow that. I mean, that's funny. It's, you know, I'm sure that people that work for the CIA actually have very robust, solid internet connections and don't deal with these frustrations. You know what I mean? Honestly. He works for the CIA. Really? Going through this crap. Yeah. Because this is what I just love to, you know, I'm sure that they, at Langley, you know, okay, all right, you know, we got to get the colonel, we got to downgrade his internet, you know, because, you know, we don't want people to hear what we're trying to spread, you know. Give me a break, man. I don't know about that. You can pause at any time. Okay, that's good to know. But you just said that it was pay as you go. So, of course, you can pause at any time. Why do they have limits? Because it takes a lot of bandwidth, those satellites, to handle everything. So, yeah. Also, what's the latency from Starlink? You know, what's the average latency? Because you're shooting it through the air. Is it going through, are you shooting light signals? What is average latency? Okay. Whew, whoa. Starlink latency in Pennsylvania generally averages 40 to 60 milliseconds, making it suitable for gaming and video conferencing, but not for streaming. Much better than traditional satellite, which has 450 milliseconds, half a second. So, rural Pennsylvania users report 45 to 125 megabytes download, and 10 to 25 upload. Peak performance can fluctuate based on sky visibility and network congestion. Yeah, so what happens when I get clouds? That's not insanely fast. 40 milliseconds is slow. Slow. That's fast for a satellite. That's incredibly fast. Okay, they communicate between each other by laser. I got it. What about coming here? And that's also at the peak. It gets up to 60 milliseconds. Oh, this geek talk is making my brain hurt. No. It's not. Just relax. Exactly, Slow Puppy. The poor internet's all part of my CIA cover operation. Secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name. Well, Sven, I'm not there. I am broadcasting to the world. I need speed. Reaper Man, are you a sales agent for Starlink? They have a heater built in the receiver. Brunel, I don't think Starlink is talking to Southern government. Oh, boy. 14 milliseconds. That's good. Yeah. Now, 14 milliseconds is very good. Latency at 40 milliseconds? No, it's not good. Exactly. CIA agents don't use Windows 10, have crappy internet. Exactly. Correct. 100% correct. That's the thing still. I'm still amazed and befuddled by that nonsense to this day. A secret agent song. Well, then I'll just be accused of having a big ego. Guys, I'll just be accused of having a big ego. That's what'll happen. ICQ. I remember ICQ. That was an Israeli application. I Seek You. That's where ICQ came from. A satellite internet is the latency regardless of connection speed. But there's a 20. If they get down to 25, which it says they're getting down to, that's pretty amazing. It used to be half a second. Well, Karen, it was never supposed to be cheap internet access for rural communities. It's supposed to be for people who are remote or mobile. That was the point. That was the point. It was never meant to be cheap. So the people making the argument that it was going to deliver a broadband access to rural South Africans were being disingenuous. It was never meant to be inexpensive. It's not inexpensive. Now, I can get the kit for free here. I don't have to pay anything for it right now. You should see the computers they have for biometrics here in Seattle, all custom built. Oh, I'm sure. I used to work in the Army. Yeah, I remember we're trying to do video back in dial-up days. My goodness. My goodness. What an insanity that used to be. What insanity that used to be. Insane. Anyway. Yeah, latency is a problem. Which is funny. I mean, this stuff is traveling at the speed of light, so why is there any latency? Light moves to 192,000 miles per second, right? You can't see light travel. You've got mail. Yep, Nora Ephron. That was a good movie. Your second gen is now a paperweight. No, not Madeline. I haven't pursued the White Army merchandise of late. Yeah, a couple people wrote to me and made suggestions. Oh, it's very bad, Virtual Western Cape, but I don't know if anything's going to happen. It is very bad, but I don't know if there will be any consequences for South Africa, to be honest. All right, we got 487 likes. Can we milk another 13 likes out of this? Can we get another 13 likes? Before you go, Elmer, don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't done already. And then we'll try to get to 500 likes on this. I'm starving. I need to get some food in me. 491. Now we're 9 away. Can we get some more? Net neutrality. What a crock that is. Net neutrality. That screwed things up too. Die Leute in Swat. Okay, Krista Koch, that's exactly what it's for. Somebody on a boat. Your boat's moving too. Full cloud cover. 32 milliseconds, pretty good. Hank, Adrian say, what are you using for internet? 18 milliseconds is great. I don't get that. Let me just do an internet speed check right now while I'm broadcasting. Not ideal, but it's still fine. Let's see. Running my speed check right now. I'm getting 550 megabytes download and 2.46 upload. 1. Gee, many crickets. This is bullshit. 1.5. Should be 30. (24 milliseconds of latency. That's not bad. It's okay. Somebody's got to go. We got 5:15. Okay, why don't we wrap it up here, folks? It's been almost 2 hours. Thanks for your patience with the latency and with the buffering. All I can do is say the guy's coming Wednesday and probably get the same crap. Same crap. Stephen Wright, he was a funny guy. Yep. Low Earth orbit satellites in his arsenal, working hard. All right, well, I have to eat too. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Be sure to hit the like button, and thank you. Tomorrow I have Peter Hammond on. It's an early broadcast for me. Hopefully the internet will be working then. But do you pay at the centers? What are you paying for? You don't pay anything. What are you talking about, Eugene? You can ask your question about that. Once the news is over, you can ask any questions. You don't pay anything. The medical is taken care of by the U.S. government, if that's what you're talking about. You pay nothing. All right? Okay, guys. Have a good one. I got to go help some refugees. Take care of yourselves. Appreciate being here. Hit the like button. God bless.